Hey, movie lovers, welcome back to Pop Movie Recap. If you want more movie recaps and the latest updates, stay tuned by subscribing to Pop Movie Recap. Now, let's jump right into the action. A century ago, an onslaught of monstrous beings called Titans emerged mysteriously, devouring most of civilization. Those who survived erected 3 colossal concentric walls to establish a haven where humanity could regroup and thrive. Fast forward to the year 858, Armin toils away at his parents' shop in the impoverished district. News reaches him that his friend Eren has once again lost his job. Concerned, Armin decides to check on him. On his way out, he accidentally collides with a little boy carrying a malfunctioning squealing device that Armin had crafted. Armin sets off with Mikasa to find Eren. Their quest leads them to Eren, perched on a fragment of an ancient missile. Armin, wary of the potential danger, cautions against approaching it, even if it's likely non-functional. Eren, seemingly indifferent to the risk, contemplates the idea of dismantling the entire place. Mikasa scolds Eren for his job instability, prompting him to question whether they are genuinely content with their current lives. Armin confesses his desire to create more gadgets but laments the legal barriers. Eren impulsively kicks the old missile, revealing a hidden drawing of the ocean beneath the accumulated dirt, a sight none of them has ever witnessed. Mikasa, harboring a deep desire to see the ocean. Eren, fueled by determination, cunningly guides his friends past guards at the outpost to the base of the wall. Standing in proximity to the massive structure, the trio is captivated. When the wind picks up and she shivers, Eren offers her his scarf. In this intimate moment, Mikasa confides that she is not yet ready to venture beyond the walls. Armin cautions them about the Titans infesting the outside world, but Eren, skeptical due to the absence of Titan sightings for a century, questions their existence. Undeterred, Eren prepares to scale the wall, only to be spotted by guards who attempt to apprehend them. In the ensuing scuffle, Captain Sauda intervenes. Having known Eren for a while, Sauda discloses that the military is establishing a new branch tasked with exploring beyond the walls. Inviting Eren to join this expedition, Sauda presents the opportunity for Eren to reclaim the land beyond the wall. The ground trembles, and a thunderous roar echoes as an enormous colossal titan emerges near the wall. Sauda and the teens are astonished by its towering stature, surpassing even the height of the wall. Frantically, they sprint away as the colossal titan begins violently kicking. Simultaneously, a horde of regular-sized titans appears, streaming through the breach. Despite the guards' relentless gunfire, the titans regenerate rapidly, rendering the defense futile. Helplessly, the titans descend upon the soldiers, leading one guard to take desperate measures with a gun to avoid being devoured. The trio races back to the town, only to find the titans following suit, crushing buildings and preying on citizens, including Armin's father. Panic seizes the population as they flee without regard for those left behind. In the chaotic stampede, Eren and Mikasa are swept along, but as they approach the safety of a shelter, Mikasa spots a woman with a motionless baby struggling to keep up. Realizing the baby has been left behind, Mikasa courageously retraces her steps. In the chaotic rush to save the abandoned baby, Mikasa is trampled by the frenzied crowd. Despite his attempts, the other citizens refuse to let him reopen the door. Peering through the window, Eren witnesses Mikasa on the ground with the baby. A sudden Titan appearance results in a colossal blast, knocking everyone in the house off their feet. Once Eren regains his footing and looks outside, he discovers Mikasa, the baby, and the Titan have vanished, tearing the house's roof off, devouring its occupants. Overwhelmed by terror, Eren flees. 2 years later, humanity faces a dire food shortage as the agricultural zone is abandoned. Eren, now a member of the Scout Regiment, learns from Director Kubel that their mission is to restore the outer wall, reclaiming the crucial farmlands. The task requires the use of the Omnidirectional Mobility Gear, ODMG, a set of waist-mounted grappling hooks and gas-powered propulsion allowing extraordinary three-dimensional mobility. During the gear demonstration led by Weapons Squad leader Hans, a mishap occurs as she accidentally fires the anchors into the crowd, creating a notably awkward moment among the team. Kubel concludes the meeting by announcing that the group will rendezvous with another team led by Captain Shikishima in Omotomachi. Following the briefing, Eren observes fellow scouts bidding emotional farewells to their families, a heart-wrenching scene, particularly for the children left behind. In a touching moment, a scout's younger sibling gifts Armin a small doll, providing him with a farewell keepsake. Later, the team heads to get some food, where Eren and Armin are astonished to find Sauda there, drowning his sorrows in alcohol. Sauda becomes distressed upon learning that Mikasa is missing. Eren reveals his motive for joining the scouts, to seek revenge against the Titans. However, Sauda dismisses the notion that killing a few Titans will make a significant impact. Their conversation is abruptly halted by Sasha, perpetually hungry and irritated by the obstruction in the food line. During dinner, Armin attempts to elucidate the plan to repair the wall and capture Titans using mashed potatoes. However, Sasha's focus is solely on devouring the example. Armin expresses concern over the limited explosives, stored in Omotomachi, as past restoration missions have failed. He fears that if their mission falters, it could spell the end of humanity. Suddenly, Jean launches into a tirade, criticizing everyone around him. He singles out Armin, suggesting he needn't participate if he's too nervous, and mocks Sasha for her seemingly singular talent of eating. Jean believes the mission is doomed with so many inexperienced newcomers, labeling them as individuals who joined the army only because they couldn't secure alternative employment. The conversation takes a darker turn when Lil bursts into tears, prompting her boyfriend Fukushi to offer comfort. When Jean fails to provide an answer, Eren exposes Jean as someone who has never encountered a Titan and is merely putting on a facade. Eren asserts that Jean is, in reality, a pampered individual from the inland. Jean, incensed, attempts to strike Eren, but Hans intervenes, explaining that Titans lack nipples and reproductive organs. She expresses a desire to dissect a Titan for research, but the challenge lies in obtaining a body since Titans evaporate upon death. The convoy of army trucks crosses the wall gate, traversing the desolate landscape for hours. Suddenly, the vehicles grind to a halt, alerted by perceived movement in the vicinity. They discover the cause, a herd of cows. This observation prompts speculation about whether Titans exclusively prey on humans and spare animals. Resuming their journey, the group is interrupted when Hyena claims to hear a baby crying, leading them into the ruins of a building where they feel a wet substance on their heads. Looking up, they find the source, a baby Titan crying. The infant Titan attempts to attack, but the teens evade its grasp, causing the baby to fall and throw a loud tantrum. The commotion awakens other Titans, triggering a frantic pursuit of the scouts. Amid the chaos, one Titan seizes a captain, dragging them away. In a sudden turn, Kubel and other higher-ranked soldiers abandon the scouts, fleeing in their vehicles and leaving the scouts to fend for themselves. Amid the chaotic escape, Armin stumbles and falls. A Titan lunges towards him, but Tsunagi intervenes, swiftly grabbing the Titan's arm and hurling it away from the group. After a strenuous journey, the scouts reach Omodomachi, only to confront a blocking Titan. Eren recalls Han's teachings on using the ODMGs to target the Titan's sole weak spot, the back of their necks. As they contemplate their next move, Captain Shikishima, the legendary figure, emerges and expertly dispatches the Titan using the techniques outlined by Hans. The scouts marvel at Shikishima's prowess, but their attention is diverted by another approaching Titan. This threat is promptly neutralized by a newcomer, Mikasa. Later, at the camp, everyone reunites, and Shikishima proudly presents Kubel with the well-guarded explosives that remained untouched by the Titans. Wounded scouts receive necessary treatment. As the healthy soldiers diligently load explosives into trucks, Jean, harboring a grudge against Eren for the Titan disturbance the previous night, confronts him with the intent to punch. Eren retaliates by claiming Jean soiled his pants at the sight of his first Titan, sparking a fierce brawl between the two. The exchange of blows escalates until Eren manages to deliver a knee to Jean's face, rendering him unconscious. Eren is caught off guard when Mikasa suddenly appears, pushing him from behind and urging everyone to maintain silence. Armin, curious about Mikasa's whereabouts, seeks answers, but she departs without offering any explanations. Shortly thereafter, Shikishima arrives and commends Eren's combat skills. Intrigued, he requests Eren to follow him into another room, where Shikishima reveals that he was the one who taught Mikasa to effortlessly combat Titans. Expressing a desire to learn, Eren explains his deep-seated hatred for Titans, blaming them for trapping humanity within the walls. Shikishima scoffs at the notion of safety, proclaiming that humans have become like cattle, enclosed within fences. Armin, away from the confrontation, opens the gadget he had promised to fix for a friend and somberly informs Sasha that the child who owned it has tragically passed away. As Armin laments the inability to fly, reminiscing about stories from the old world with flying machines, Kubel interjects, emphasizing that such technological advancements led to environmental degradation. While Soud attends to Jean's wounds, he remarks on Eren's proclivity for fighting. Curious, Tsunagi questions Jean about the intensity of his animosity towards Eren. Jean reveals that Eren always seems burdened by the world's misery, a weight he carries alone. Tsunagi notes that Eren lost his girlfriend a few years ago, surprising Eren and Tsunagi. Meanwhile, Eren discovers Mikasa playing an old piano and attempts to express relief that she's alive. Mikasa, however, responds bitterly, revealing that the baby she tried to save had been devoured by the Titan, and she, too, was consumed. She lifts her shirt, revealing a scar left by the Titan's teeth. Their conversation is abruptly interrupted by Shikishima, who approaches Mikasa in a strangely intimate manner, sharing an apple. Eren rushes outside and vents his frustration through screams. Hyena intervenes, cautioning him that such outbursts could attract more Titans, inadvertently stumbling upon Fukushi and Lil in a compromising situation. In this unexpected moment, Hyena discloses that she has a daughter and joined the military in exchange for child support. His discomfort intensifies when he notices an eye peering through a hole in the wall. Without warning, a Titan crashes through the wall, snatching Hyena to devour her. Hans quickly discerns a horde of Titans approaching, sounding the alarm. The scouts, armed with ODMGs, ascend to the rooftops, while Shikishima and Mikasa engage the Titans, effortlessly dispatching them. Tsunagi remains on the ground, strategically using his axe to disable the Titan's legs. Amid the chaos, some inexperienced scouts attempt to attack with ODMGs but tragically become Titan fodder. unaware of a mysterious masked figure observing him. On the ground, Sasha and Armin, seeking cover, make a grim discovery. Lil, desperately clinging to Fukushi's lifeless body. Sauda grimly informs her of Fukushi's demise and escorts Lil away from the grim scene. Meanwhile, Hans spots a theft in progress, the masked individual absconding with a truck loaded with explosives. Hans mobilizes the scouts to pursue the thief, and Lil manages to land on top of the vehicle, ready to set off the explosives. Inside the truck, Lil engages in a fierce struggle with the thief for control of the wheel. After a strenuous confrontation, Lil successfully ejects the thief and steers the vehicle toward the approaching Titans. In a final act of revenge, she crashes the truck, triggering the explosives and decimating both the Titans and herself. The scouts are left without any explosives. From a nearby rooftop, Eren, consumed by frustration, witnesses the continued onslaught of Titans devouring the soldiers. Jean, also on the rooftop, suggests they flee, acknowledging the hellish situation. However, fueled by Shikishima's words, Eren vehemently rejects the idea of living like cattle. In a surge of determination, he leaps away with his ODMG, prepared to confront the Titans head-on. Shikishima stands on the roof of another building, attempting to guide Eren in his fight against the Titans. His blades break, and a miscalculation leads him to fly into another Titan's mouth. The Titan seizes Eren, taking a single bite that severs his leg before spitting him out. Recognizing Eren's ineffectiveness, Shikishima departs. On the ground, the team observes the Titans gathering around the building where Jean had sought refuge. It appears that Eren's skepticism about Jean's bravado was justified. However, Armin devises a plan to assist Jean. The scouts ignite flares and create noise to divert the Titan's attention. When a Titan approaches, Sasha blinds it with arrows to the eyes, and Tsunagi cripples it by targeting its legs. This distraction enables Jean to finally leap off, utilizing the ODMG to execute the decisive blow on the Titan's neck. As Mikasa continues her relentless battle against the Titans, she stumbles upon Eren's unconscious body. Despite her emotional connection, she opts to prioritize the ongoing fight over his well-being. Meanwhile, the team starts to retreat, but Armin hesitates when Jean calls out to him, urging him to. Eren, seemingly lifeless, falls victim to a surprise attack from a Titan, capturing him from behind. In an unexpected turn of events, Eren regains consciousness just as Armin faces imminent doom. Sasha attempts to intervene by shooting arrows at the Titan, but they prove ineffectual against the formidable foe. Tsunagi and Jean join the futile struggle to save Armin. The Titan seizes Armin, placing him in its mouth, prompting Eren, despite his injuries, to muster the strength to jump on one leg. In a daring effort, Eren lands on the Titan's lips, grappling with all his might to extract Armin from its throat. With a last-minute rescue, Eren manages to free Armin, tossing him away just before the Titan snaps its mouth shut, costing Eren his arm. As Eren plummets into the Titan's stomach, he discovers Hyena's lifeless body, triggering a profound emotional breakdown. Meanwhile, the scouts convene on the same building, learning from Hans that Kubel and his inner circle have left, likely used as bait. Mikasa arrives, and Armin, holding Eren's severed arm, recounts the harrowing events. Mikasa, despite the emotional pain, suppresses her anguish, focusing on the fight to carve a path for the others to escape. Unbeknownst to the onlookers, Eren's severed arm begins emitting steam, hinting at an unforeseen development in the midst of the chaos. Mikasa, driven by memories of her childhood, battles a horde of Titans with remarkable skill until her equipment runs out of gas. Suddenly, the Titan that consumed Eren begins writhing in agony. Two colossal hands burst forth from its mouth, revealing a mysterious Titan with bright red eyes. Emitting a powerful roar, this enigmatic Titan swiftly dispatches the surrounding Titans, demonstrating unparalleled strength and rapid limb regeneration. As more Titans approach, the mysterious Titan continues its formidable onslaught, effortlessly defeating them. Tsunagi speculates on its allegiance, while Hans notes the advanced fighting style as a sign of intelligence. Observing the mysterious Titan's actions, Mikasa and Sauda recognize Eren's unique combat style. The other Titans, recognizing the mysterious Titan's dominance, retreat, prompting it to run toward the building where the team is located. While the team evacuates, Mikasa stays behind, allowing the mysterious Titan to pick her up. However, the Titan unexpectedly releases steam and places Mikasa back on the roof before collapsing. The team rushes to inspect the fallen Titan, with Hans reminding them that it will evaporate soon. Fearing Eren's potential assimilation, Sauda urges someone to cut the Titan's neck without going too deep. Mikasa follows his instructions, and to everyone's astonishment, Eren emerges from the wound, alive and fully regenerated. Hans ponders whether this is the reason a Titan's weak spot is its neck. As Eren opens his eyes, they reveal a startling shade of red, leaving the team in awe and raising questions about the mysterious transformation. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our next recaps on this channel. Until next time, happy watching.